How can we create just and inclusive societies, especially for refugees and migrants who move because of human rights problems at home? And how about a major challenge, which is trafficking, sexual exploitation and violence against children, women, and that does not remain a major, it's one of the major problems here, or violation of human rights. And of course, in a meeting like this, to claim peace and security as a human right. Ensure people have the right to food, water, shelter, education, and a job as a basic human right. It is an affront to humanity that 2 billion people, the poorest, live on $1 or $2 a day, are denied all their basic human rights and opportunities to contribute to society. Okay, I'm moving on to what we can do to promote human rights. Okay, have a human rights debate like the one we are having today, but also have it in schools, universities, and wider community to build human rights. Ask your local council, mayor, MPs, MEPs to endorse the universality of human fundamental rights and freedom. Write to your local and international press, media about the abuses of human rights like Israel, Palestine, Darfur, many other situations. Strike a balance between civil liberties and security, and highlight and showcase poor human rights of many countries, developed and developing. Make people aware of their rights, especially the Convention of the Rights of Child. Promote and demand equitable development for protecting the rights of the minorities. And join with the grassroots peace and justice organizations. And this is a very important one, the one I'm going to flag out, which is protect human rights defenders, or whistleblowers, what we call them. Because the importance of civil society is shown by steps, but as take by government to silence activists, like as in China. What happened this week? Google had to pull out of China because Chinese government started targeting the human rights websites in China. So we can see what problems we are facing in different countries along with human rights. So we have to promote and protect human rights violators. And we need to meet, complain about official acts and observe trials. The reason I'm saying it's very important because these cases and these individuals are the ultimate roll call of individual courage, because they stand out against everything, against the government, everything, against, even they're not worried about their life, but they want to tell the whole world what's going on wrong in their country. Let me now, I'm going to conclude, as the prevalence of abuse in today's world painfully attests. Human rights violations continue. It means governments may pay a heavy price for abuse, their reputation, their finances, their freedom, even the control of their territory. And that's why if we keep our campaign strong, they will resist the temptation to abuse. And this is, I would say, our pressure and our grassroots human rights organizations all over the world. I think this is one of the most successful legacies of the Human Rights Declaration. However, challenges lie ahead, despite many accomplishments in the field of human rights. Many in the international community understand that human rights, democracy, and development are intertwined. Unless human rights are respected, the maintenance of international peace and security and the protection of economic and social development cannot be achieved. Around the world, millions of people are still denied food, shelter, access to medical care, education and work, and too many live in extreme poverty. Their inherent humanity and dignity are not recognized. Personally dedicated to the task of preparing the UDHR, Mrs. Eleanor Roosevelt, who chaired the Human Rights Commission in the early years asked, where after all do universal human rights begin? In small places, close to home, so close and so small that they cannot be seen on the maps of the world. What she meant was, unless these rights have meaning there, they have little meaning in the outside world. Without concerned citizens, all of us here, to uphold them close to home, we shall look in vain for progress in the larger world. So it's an aspiration come true, I would say, the UDHR. It is the richest heritage of mankind. It is the Magna Carta of humankind, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. We can compare to the Magna Carta, which happens only maybe 5,000 years ago, or every 2,000 years. And so that's why that we are here to uphold and protect these rights. And we have to do it on an ongoing and daily basis. For example, when the UK government deported the Dutch MP Geert Wilders, denying him freedom of speech, and when Israel denies Mordecai Vanunu, the Israel nuclear whistleblower, freedom of speech and movement, and when the Iranian government has put on trial in Iran peaceful leaders of the Baha'i religion and imprisons Iranian women for campaigning for basic human rights, then we as members of the human community must speak for the silenced and support the United Nations and all freedom-loving people to work for a peaceful, non-violent world based on human rights and freedom. So, in other words, the future of human rights lies in our hands. In the words of UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon, the declaration of UDHR remains as relevant today as it is on the day it was adopted. But the fundamental freedoms enshrined in it are still not a reality for everyone. Too often, governments lack the political will to implement international norms they have willingly accepted. This 61st anniversary year is an occasion to build up that will. It is a chance to ensure that these rights are a living reality, that they are known, understood, and enjoyed by everyone, everywhere, especially those who must most need their human rights protected. Otherwise, it will always remain a hollow promise. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Vijay. Please hold your questions until the end. Okay. Thank you very much, Vijay. By the way.